welcome back to our YouTube channel Diary TV. I remain your host, Divine Favor Awogo. Today we're driving into a moment that sends shockwaves through Nigerian football. Remo Stars' sensational victory in the 2024/2025 Nigerian Premier Football League. For the first time in their history, the Sky Blue Stars have lifted the NPFL title. And let me tell you, this is more than just a trophy. It's a game changer for the sport in Nigeria. What makes this win even more special is the first time in 25 years that a club from Nigeria Southwest has claimed the title, and of course, the first time a privately owned club has done so since 1996. That's right, Remo Stars, under the visionary leadership of Kunle Soname, has rewritten the history books, and who is singing their praises, none other than Nigerian football legend Emmanuel Amuneke, a former Super Eagles star and respected coach, who's called the triumph a beacon of hope for private clubs across the country. In this video, we are unpacking it all. What fueled Remo Stars' success? How does this victory reflect the state of Nigerian football? What role do private clubs play in shaping the future of the game? And of course, what challenges stand in their way? Plus, we'll explore the powerful message Amuneke's words sent to the football community. So grab your jersey, settle in, and let's kick this off. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more football content. Yes, let's go! Onto the first segment, we bring you Amuneke's praises and of course the key to Remo Stars' success. Now let's start with the man of the moment, Emmanuel Amuneke. As a technical manager of Heartland FC, Amuneke knows Nigerian football inside out. He's seen it all, triumphs, struggles, and of course everything in between. When Remo Stars clinched the NPFL title with a 1-0 win over Niger Tornadoes on April 27, 2025, Amuneke didn't just offer a polite nod. He called the achievement unprecedented and a model for private clubs everywhere. So what exactly did he say, and what factor did he pinpoint as the secret sauce behind Remo Stars' success? Now, Amuneke highlighted two critical ingredients. Yes, now listen properly and carefully, guys. Proper planning and deliberate action. What did I say? Yes, you heard me right. These aren't just buzzwords, they are the backbone of Remo Stars' journey. Now, let's break it down. First, we've got planning. Yes, Remo Stars didn't stumble into this title by accident. Founded in 2004 as FC Denda, the club backed by businessman Kunle Soname has been building for this moment for over a decade. They invested in a state-of-the-art stadium in Ikenne, one of the best facilities in the NPFL. They focused on youth development, nurturing talents like Sikiru Alimi, and of course, who's now a Super Eagles striker. And they hired a top-tier coaching staff led by Daniel Ogumodede, who's also served as an assistant coach for the national team. This wasn't luck, it was a blueprint. Then there is deliberate action. Remo Stars didn't just dream big, they executed. They turned their Ikenne stadium into a fortress, losing only a handful of home games. They maintained consistency, finishing as runners-up in the last two seasons before finally breaking through. That's 8 points from 35 matches, 10 points clear of second-place Rivers United, show a team that was relentless. Amuneke praised this disciplined approach, nothing that is a challenge to all the private clubs to stop cutting corners and start building with purpose. So how can other private clubs replicate this? It starts with vision. Clubs like Ikorodu City or Sporting Lagos need to invest in infrastructure, stadiums, training, facilities, and of course academies. They must prioritize youth scouting and development, creating a pipeline of talent, and they need coaches who can blend tactical news, of course, with players' motivation. Like Ogumodede does, it's not easy and it's not cheap, but Remo Stars have shown it's possible. Amuneke's words are a wake-up call. Plan meticulously, act decisively, and the results will follow. What do you think, guys? Are private clubs in Nigeria ready to follow Remo's lead? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. I will, of course, read it. Yes. Up next, we've got reflecting the state of Nigerian football. Now, let's zoom out, guys. What does Remo Stars' title win tell us about the state of Nigerian football? Spoilers alert. It's a mix of promise and problems, but this victory shines a light on both. Nigerian football has always been a paradox, bursting with talent, yet plagued by inconsistency. Now, the NPFL, our top league, is a microcosm of that. It's produced stars like Victor Osimhen and of course Ahmed Musa, but it's also battled financial woes, poor facilities and organization chaos for years. Remo Stars' triumph is a sign that things are of course changing for the better. Their success as a privately owned club shows that the NPFL is becoming more competitive and professional. Now, under the leadership of Gbenga Elegbeleye, the NPFL board has cracked down on corrupt officials, banned problematic stadiums, and aligned the league calendar with global standards. Now, Remo's wins, alongside the rise of other private clubs like Ikorodu City, proves that private investments can break the dominance of state-backed teams like Enyimba or Plateau United. It's a shift towards meritocracy, where vision and execution triumph, of course, tradition. Now, but the victory also highlights the gaps. While Remo Stars have a world-class stadium, many NPFL clubs play in crumbling venues. While they can afford to pay players on time, others struggle with unpaid salaries. The fact that Remo's win is a historic first private club in nearly 30 years shows how rare this level of success is. Nigerian football is still a work in progress, with too many clubs relying on government handouts rather than sustainable models. The implication, of course, for development is actually rare and, of course, huge. Remo Stars' success could inspire a wave of private investment, leading to better, of course, facilities and, of course, stronger academies and more competitive teams. Their upcoming participation in the CAF Champions League, where Nigeria hasn't won since Enyimba in 2004, will test their model on the continental stage. If they perform well, this could attract more sponsors and talent to the NPFL, elevating the league's global profile. But for this to happen, the league must address the structural issues, improve refereeing, enhance broadcast quality, and of course ensure financial stability. Remo Stars winning is a spark, but it is up to the football ecosystem to of course fan it into a flame. What's your take on the NPFL's progress? Let's hear it below, guys. I would definitely see to it. Now, up next is the role of private clubs in football development. Now, let's talk about private clubs and their role in Nigerian football. If Remo Stars' title win is anything to go by, these clubs are the future, or at least they should be, unlike state-owned teams, which often rely on unpredictable government funding. Private clubs are even driven by individual or corporate visions. Now, they bring innovation, accountability, and of course a hunger for success. But how exactly do they promote football development? Now, can they power the Super Eagles to glory? That's a very big question. Honestly, it's $1 million question. Yes. Now, first, private clubs like Remo Stars invest in infrastructure. The Ikenne Stadium isn't just a pitch, it's a symbol of ambition. It's a place where young players can train in professional conditions, where fans can enjoy modern amenities, and where the club can generate revenues through gates, receipts, and events. This creates a virtuous circle. Better facilities attract better talent, which leads to better results. Clubs like Sporting Lagos and Bandriza FC are following suit, building academies and training grounds that rival those in Europe. Now, second, private clubs prioritize youth development. Remo Stars have a knack for sporting and nurturing talent. Players like Ebenezer Akinsamiro, who moved to Inter Milan, came through their ranks. By creating pathways for young players, private clubs feed the NPFL with quality and, of course, crucially supply the national team. The Super Eagles have historically leaned on foreign-based stars, but imagine a future where homegrown talents owned by clubs like Remo dominate the squad. Yes, now Sikiru Alimi, a Remo star, is already knocking on the national team's door. Third, private clubs raise the competitive bar. Their financial independence allows them to hire top coaches, scout aggressively, and build cohesive squads. Now, this forced state-owned clubs to up their games, creating a more dynamic league. A stronger NPFL means better prepared players for the Super Eagles, who can compete in high-pressure environments like the World Cup of AFCON. But it's not just about the senior team. Private clubs engage communities, inspiring kids to dream of football careers. They host youth tournaments, run clinics, and create role models. When a kid in Ikenne sees Remo Stars lift the NPFL trophy, oh my God, they believe they can too. That's the kind of grassroots impact that build a footballing nation. So how can private clubs contribute to the Super Eagles? By producing consistent talent, maintaining high standards and giving players the platform to shine. If more clubs emulate Remo Stars, Nigeria could see a golden generation of homegrown stars. What private clubs do you think is next in line for NPFL glory? Share your picks in the comments below. Don't forget, like I repeated severally, I will definitely see to your responses. Yes, up next is the challenges facing private clubs and of course solution. Now let's get real here. Running a private club in Nigeria is it a walk in the park? Guys, you know it. Remo Stars may have cracked the code, but their success is the exception, not the rule. Private clubs face a gauntlet of challenges that threaten their survival, let alone sustain success. Well, let's unpack these hurdles and explore how clubs can overcome them. Challenge number 1, finances. Owning a football club in Nigeria is as one pundit put in, a thankless, unprofitable venture. Unlike Europe, where clubs rank in millions from TV deals and merchandise, NPFL clubs struggle with low gate receipts and limited sponsorships. Remo Stars are backed by Kunle Soname wealth, but not every club has a billionaire owner. Many private clubs like FC or FC Fanyumba have collapsed under financial strain. Well, solution? Diversify revenue streams. Clubs can invest in merchandising. Now think branded jerseys, scarves and even mobile apps. They can partner with local businesses for sponsorship, like Bet Niger's deal with the NPFL, and they should leverage digital platforms, stream matches on YouTube or sell highlights as NFTs. It's about thinking outside the box, guys. Now, challenge 2, infrastructure. Most NPFL stadiums are outdated, with poor pitches and no facilities for fans. Now, this scares away spectators and hurts players' performance. Remo Stars are an outlier, their Ikenne fortress, but others aren't so lucky. Well, the fix? Public-private partnerships. Clubs can work with state governments to renovate stadiums, sharing costs and profits. They can also build smaller, modern training complexes, which are cheaper but of course still effective. Challenge 3, governance and corruption. Yes, I will tell you, governance and corruption. The NPFL has made strides, but issues like biased refereeing and fan violence persist. Private clubs, which often lack political clout, can be unfairly targeted. Here, the NPFL board must step up. Yes, harsher penalties for corrupt officials, better security at matches and transparent decision making will level the playing field. Clubs can also invest in legal teams to protect their interests. Finally, there is a challenge of talent retentions. Now, NPFL players are often lured abroad by bigger salaries, leaving clubs to rebuild constantly. Remo Stars have lost talent like Ikenne-based, but they've built a system to replace them. The solution is retention through investment. Pay competitive salaries, offer long-term contracts, and create a winning culture that players don't want to leave. It's tough, but double. Yes, these challenges are daunting, but Remo Stars prove they are not insurmountable. With creativity, resilience, and support from the league, private clubs can thrive. What's the biggest obstacle you see for the NPFL clubs? Well, let's discuss. Yes, finally, let's circle back to Emmanuel Amuneke's powerful statement, guys. Yes, when he called Remo Stars' title win unprecedented. I love that word. That word unprecedented shows that, yes, in fact, it's something unexpected. It is something huge and a challenge to other privately owned clubs. He wasn't just praising one team, he was issuing a rallying cry to Nigerian football. So what's the message and how should NPFL stakeholders respond? Amuneke's core message is clear. Private clubs can succeed in Nigeria, but it takes hard work, strategy and belief. Now, Remo Stars' triumph is a blueprint, not a fluke. It's a call to owners, coaches, and of course investors to stop making excuses and start building. Stop waiting for government handouts. Stop blaming the system. Take responsibility for your club's destiny. Of course, destiny lies in our hands, yes. So if you're to own a club, that's your destiny. So work towards it like Remo Stars. For club owners, this means investing long-term, building academies, hiring quality coaches, and of course, creating professional environments. For coaches, it's about instilling discipline and tactical news, like Daniel Ogunmadede has done. For investors, it's about seeing football as a business opportunity, not a charity. Now, Kunle Soname's vision, backed by his Bet Niger fortune, shows that private investments can yield silverware and pride. Now, the response. Action. Clubs like Ikorodu City or Sporting Lagos should study Remo's model and adapt it. The NPFL board should keep reforming the league, ensuring fairness and visibility. Fans too have a role. Support your local clubs, please. Buy tickets, wear your colors. If they bring out jerseys to buy. Yes, support your own. Amuneke's words are a spark, but it's up to the football community to turn it into a revolution. If more clubs follow Remo Stars' lead, the NPFL could rival Africa's best leagues, and the Super Eagles could dominate the continent. The future is bright anyway if we seize it. What actions do you think Nigerian clubs should take? Drop your ideas in the comments and let's keep this conversation going. Yes, and of course, let us wrap it up, guys. Remo Stars and PFL title win is more than a trophy. It's a turning point for Nigerian football, with legends like Emmanuel Amuneke cheering them on and a model that other clubs can follow. The Sky Blue Stars have lit the way forward. The question is, will Nigerian football rise to the challenge? Oh my God. Yes, that question is for you guys. Please drop it in my comment section and of course tag me for any question and answer segment and I will very ready to answer. Thanks for watching this deep dive into one of the biggest stories in African football. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up, guys, share it with your friends and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Now let's keep celebrating Nigerian football and pushing for its growth. Until next time, please stay passionate, stay proud, yes, stay proud, guys, and keep the beautiful game alive. Do not forget, of course, we are Diary TV. Peace out.